So this is what I prepared for today's class. Pumpkin. I don't know how you call this thing, but definitely I will use it to bake a cake. There is some cans with chickpeas, tuna, tomato, pineapple, and disinfectant. Oh, and a cat. And a lighter to light the candles. And my best friend during the corona times, bolster that I made out of course, toilet paper. So this is a pillowcase, and inside is, you know what. I was making a joke about it, but actually it's extremely comfortable, and as I don't have a proper yoga bolster at home, I really do use it. Okay, let's continue. During the corona times, I learned a new German word, Hamsterkauf. That means hamster shopping like a hamster, collecting things, collecting objects to make yourself ready for harsh times. So I wonder, what are these objects for you? What do you need physically to feel safe? What do you need to have on your shelves around you to know that you can survive? What are your safety survival items? There is no shame around it. I know there is a lot of jokes about people buying compulsively toilet paper. Of course, there might be some crowd psychology into it. But when we look with little more compassion, there is also need for safety, for surrounding yourself with something soft, something gentle, something that at the end touches your most intimate parts. And by that, it is connected to our pure vulnerability. As funny as it may feel when we just observe people carrying these 10 packages of toilet paper. So toilet paper is one item that I will like you to bring from your bathrooms or wherever you store it. But that's not it. I invite you also to bring for this practice other items that are your safety items, that are your corona survival objects that you ran to a shop to have around you. If you have some cans, like tomato sauce or tuna or, I don't know, mushrooms, whatever, bring it as well. But bring also other things that are your safety objects. If you feel safe enough, you can also share it with us as a comment on the video or in a WhatsApp group. What do you need physically to feel safe? For me, the most important thing is to be warm. When I'm in any sort of danger, I turn on heating immorally high. I want to feel warm. I put on many sweaters. Now I was moving, so I'm warm, but generally I walk like it was middle of the winter in my apartment. So being warm is one thing that I need. There are some food items as well, like pumpkin. I can secretly tell you I'm addicted to pumpkin. I think it's the color of it, the color of energy, of fire that's kind of surrounding me, that it's giving me this source of life. That's milk. And I'm sure it's related to my childhood, as we were actually eating everything with milk. That would be dry bread with milk, there would be different grains with milk, there would be... Actually, everything was with milk, even pasta with milk and sugar. So this was my childhood. Very simple food, based on very simple ingredients. And it is my comfort food. This is what I need. So I need a glass of warm milk, maybe even with honey. And what do you need? What do you need to feel safe? Let us know. And in the meantime, also collect these objects around your apartment. We will meet again in a minute to continue the practice. As you can see, it's two of us. My name is Hania, for those of you who maybe are tuning in for the first time. And he's Pumpkin. He's my good companion for the quarantine time. If you have some candles at home, maybe you would like to light some as well. I'm lighting up this candle for all the people who can't stay at home these days. We may complain that we are at home, that we don't have many choices, but there are those who don't have a choice at all, who don't have a home to stay in. And I light this candle for all of us, for all of you who are afraid, who can't help but feel anxious about the family members, about their own health, about their own life, about the economic crisis, about the life that will come after, and the world that will be changed, probably forever. At least our little world. Let's spend a few moments in silence, directing our thoughts to those who can't stay at home, let's spend some moments in silence, directing our compassion and loving thoughts to those who are afraid these days. And if you have around some nature element, a stone, or maybe a flower, or maybe a pumpkin, take it to your hands and use it as a grounding object. Feel your hands touching it. I will touch my loving and lovable cat. And in this class, seriousness is melting with jokes, seriousness and fear is being present together with coziness, with touch, with love. May we all welcome oppositional qualities in these days with open hearts, not feeling guilty when we are laughing, not trying to be artificially strong when we are losing our hope, allowing ourselves to enjoy small little moments, remembering about those who are less fortunate these days. And the way my cat left, just because he wanted to leave, he didn't need a permission. Remember that this is how we practice. We pause, take time whenever we need it. Everything is an invitation, everything is optional. This time is for you. And whatever we are doing here is a loving invitation that doesn't take control out of your hands. If you are still holding the nature object in your hands, you may like to stay with it. Or like me, you can go for something more heavy. Something that really gives me the connection with the ground. Something that helps me experience the gravity. I actually exchanged one pumpkin, my cat pumpkin, for a vegetable pumpkin. So whatever object you are holding, take it to your right hand. And with an inhale, bring your right hand really high up. And exhale, bring it in front of you. Almost like you tried to present it to someone. Inhale up. And exhale. And repeat in your own pace. Maybe every time modifying the move a little bit. Exploring different ways your arm, your spine can move. Inhale up and exhale. And next time your right arm is up, just stay here, gently pulsing, like a branch of a tree when the wind is playing with it. And with the next breath, bring your object in front of you, arriving into stillness and just noticing. Noticing all the sensations that are coming through you now. Feeling the contact with the object. Noticing both sides of your body, how practicing on one side has influenced your inner landscape. And then let's work on some balance, practicing the same movement on the other side. Inhaling, bringing the arm all the way up. Exhaling. Inhale up. And maybe we could add one more element. And at the end of each inhale, pause for a moment. At the end of each exhale, pause. Inhale up, pause. Exhale, pause. And let's slow it down. Exhaling really gently, really slowly, pausing. And next time your arm is up, pause here. To pulse, and pause to pulse, as the branch of the tree being played by the wind. Slowly come back to center. inhale, exhale slowly. Inhale deep, exhale slow. Inhale deep, bring your arms up. Exhale slowly, pausing with an object in front of you. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale, pause. Exhale slow. Pause. And repeat in the pace of your own breath, pausing in between the actions. And keeping the heavy object in front of you. Mine is heavy, if maybe yours as well. Connect with this sense of holding something heavy. Maybe heavy thoughts, maybe heavy memory, maybe heavy decision that you have to make. Maybe heavy emotions like what will come next? How can I deal with it? Anxiety, anger. What is it that does feel heavy? And notice how it's becoming heavier and heavier. And notice what to do to keep breathing in it. I acknowledge it is heavy. I acknowledge I am capable of holding, of carrying. I acknowledge I have a choice to bring it to the ground when it's becoming too much. And this is what we do. We bring to the ground whatever feels heavy, whatever feels too much. Knowing that we have a choice, we can decide to carry, to hold. Sometimes this is what we shall be doing. Sometimes this is what we need to do. Sometimes it is what we want to do. And sometimes it's time to bring it to the ground. Ask the earth to carry it for us. Or really drop it, saying, I can't carry it anymore, or it doesn't belong to me. Or I decide to go free. What are these things in your life that you can drop, that you don't have to carry? That you are maybe carrying because you are used to it. Or maybe someone put this heavy thing in your hands without asking. Maybe this time of pause, this time of quarantine, allow us to drop some things. Allow us to leave them on the ground, to leave them behind. What is it in your life that you could drop? And then notice how your arms are feeling. When after carrying something for a long time, you let it rest. My arms feel like flying freely, shaking. Maybe you would like to do the same, or maybe your arms would like to do something else. I really feel that after carrying something heavy for a long time, I want to shake it off. I don't care how it looks like. I don't care if it looks silly, or is it proper or not proper. I want to shake it off. And shake with different directions, with different speed. And then come back to stillness. The other thing I want to do after carrying something for a long time is to rest. And this is when my Corona special bolster becomes handy. I hope you already made one for yourself. As you already know, inside is the toilet paper, the magic item that can be turned into almost anything. But if you don't have toilet paper, because maybe your neighbors bought it all and you went to a shop and there was not anything else and anything left, then you can also use some pillows or books, or someone told me that your mom bought a lot of flour. It can be also flour that you put inside pillowcase. It can be anything that has similar shape. And then you can bring it in front of you, in between your knees, and just come to rest. Allow yourself to make this noise like I like practicing at home because I don't have this self-censorship, like what people would think about me when I make like What is the sound of surrender? What is the sound of letting go? Allow your arms to drop. Allow your belly to drop. Feel it with the air with each inhale. And then exhale slowly. Inhale deep. Your chest is expanding, your belly is dropping. Exhale slow. And how does it feel to rest? Do you allow yourself to rest? Sometimes we may spend the whole day with sense of doing nothing particular. Yet, it is not the same with resting. Rest comes with self-love, appreciating even the smallest achievements of every day, acknowledging that as humanity and as individuals, we are going through very traumatic time, and we need time to adjust, and our bodies need time to arrive into safety, arrive into trust. Bring awareness to your body and notice if there are parts of your body that are resisting rest. They are not welcoming it, that maybe are hurrying into action, into doing something, that are holding tension. Take a deep inhale. And with an exhale, invite this part of your body to join the rest. Inhale deep. Release the tension. Inhale deep. Exhale. Release fear of being unproductive. Inhale deep. Exhale, guilt of doing nothing. And now you name it. You know what is there to be released. Inhale deep. Exhale. Inhale deep. Exhale. And after the next exhale, bring your palms to the ground and very slowly come to sit on your knees. If you have it at home, grab this cake maker. I still don't know how you call it. I will call it a roller. And if you don't have it, that's why I took the disinfectant. You can grab two bottles that you can roll on the floor. Anything that rolls, it will make it. Otherwise, grab this cake maker, place it in front of you. Inhale, look up. Exhale, roll your arms away from your center. Inhale, roll it back. Exhale. Inhale, roll it towards yourself. And exhale. And it can be sliding a little bit. It's okay. I invite you also to start rolling in different directions. Creating space in your left side, in your right side. Keeping the awareness and flow of the breath. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, roll again away from your center. You can really explore what your spine can do. Finding the stretch that feels needed. Next time you arrive into city, you can take the cake maker to your hands, and this time use it as a massage tool. So I will first massage my thighs. Oh, it's so good. In the stressful times, we tend to accumulate stress and tension in our legs that would like to fight or flight, but usually they end up freezing as we don't have so many options how to fight the virus or how to fly away from it. Very often we feel that our body reacts with the frozen energy of the potential action. Gentle massage helps to release it, but also sends the loving, kind message to the body, message of safety. That is even more successful and efficient. stress release. And this is another amazing thing about practicing at home, that even I am using kitchen equipment to roll my thighs, I don't feel it weird. I feel totally comfortable. And you are even in a better situation, because whatever you do will not end up on YouTube. So, no need to feel self-conscious here. Just enjoy. You can also come to sit in it differently and then just enjoy. Like you are making pizza or pierogi if you come from East Europe like me. Oh, that's good. And this is a moment also where you can pause the video and keep massaging different parts of your body. For example, belly. Oh, that's good. It's actually pretty nice diaphragm release. Diaphragm is the muscle that separates our lungs from inner organs and is important muscle in our relaxed or not relaxed breathing. So you can now pause the video and continue self-massage. Many options, really many options. Experiment. I will continue, but if you like it, pause and continue and then come back to the class. So after this little massage, I feel really that I took care of myself. I feel alive. I feel energized. So I am ready for another challenge. So I will put my bolster to the side. Maybe even slide the blanket for a moment. So that's also very mobile home studio. And now grab all the cans that you collected. So this is my weekly dose of food. And from here I will arrive into plank. So this is a plank pose. Take a moment to arrive into balance. Make sure that you are pressing actively through your palms, so you are not collapsing. You are keeping your arms safe. And what we will do, we will just play with the cans. Placing them in different order, experiencing the strength. It looks very easy, but actually I start feeling my muscles. And then change the palm. You would like to play with me? You think it's food, I know. You think it's cat food, sorry baby. But not now, I'm doing something important. You can also come to side plank. That's our typical side plank. And start building towers. No, jedzonko, jedzonko. Okay. And if at any moment you will recognize, okay, that was a lot, then you know what? Just come to child pose. And rest. And then when you feel, okay, I'm ready for additional challenge, you should see how the cat is looking at me. He doesn't think it's normal what's happening here. And when you think, okay, I gathered my energy again, I can start. Come back to plank pose and start building towers or different structures again. I know, he hopes that I open this can of tuna for him. I will, okay? I promise you. I will do it after this funny class. And then whenever you feel it's time to rest, do what my cat just did. Come to lay down in a child pose. And this is another moment when I invite you to pause the video and flow between challenge, building towers out of cans, or playing with this movement, really feeling your strength. And then coming to rest in a child pose. This simple practice is a great metaphor, great practice for life. How to flow between effort and ease. How to recognize when is a good moment to rest. It also helps us to recognize our own patterns. So what is your pattern? Are you someone who will stay here? Oh, I don't have energy anymore, but I will be building these towers. Or are you someone who very easily give up? Who rather comes to child pose in life very easily when the tower collapses, or whenever you notice some discomfort is for you time to rest. What is your pattern? We use yoga not only to, exercise our body, mind and spirit, but also to recognize our patterns, our daily life patterns, and challenge them, maybe experiment with them. So if you are someone that usually goes all the way till the level of injury, mental injury, life injury, physical injury, maybe this time on a yoga mat or yoga floor, try to do something opposite and the other way around. Approach yourself with curiosity. There is no good or bad, there is no judgment here. It's curiosity and using this time for self-inquiry. So I invite you now to pause and continue in your own pace, while I will prepare the yoga space for the rest of the practice. Hello Kitty, sorry, I have to make something you will dislike. How is it? Maybe you like it. Sorry, I think this will be the practice with my cat. Hey, I hope you are still with me, that chaos of this class didn't turn you off. Let's come back to our heavy object. Come to sit with your legs in front of you. Make sure that the candles are in a safe distance. Bring pumpkin or whatever it's there in front of you. And then slowly start coming to the ground. If you feel lazy, it can be fast. And then bring it behind you. And then come back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And flow in your own pace. Time, bring the pumpkin or whatever heavy object you have. Bringing to one hand, bring your legs up and do what NBA players do. Hello, cat. So my cat has one favorite yoga position. It's Shavasana. I don't know if you can see it, but he's just resting here with us. And then change direction. Oh, that's actually quite tricky. Bring your feet to the ground, place heavy object on your lower belly. And with each inhale, feel how this object is raising up, going down with an exhale. For me, it is also a metaphor, how I can carry life challenges with my breath. With this ease and lightness of the breath. Inhale, it raises up. Exhale, it collapses. Inhale up. Exhale, it collapses. Going through these phases of ups and downs without resistance. Feeling how natural it is. How much it is part of life. To raise and fall. To go high and collapse. For a few breaths, feel the object being carried by your breath. And then bring your awareness to the ground. Notice parts of your body that are touching the ground, that are connecting you with the earth. And by connecting you with the ground, connecting you with the floor of any space you are in, connecting you with all beings on the planet. Take one deep inhale and exhale slowly, bringing the object to the ground. And if your bolster is not close to you, that's the time also to grab it. We will use it. So have it somewhere close to you. Bend your legs like before, lift your pelvis up, and then slide the bolster underneath. So your pelvis can arrive comfortably. And actually you can just stay here. That's already great restorative work. Gently release for your lower back, for your inner organs. So if that's what you need, just stay here. Or if you feel that little bit more movement is what your body asks you for, then bring your legs up, still keeping your pelvis up on the bolster. And either stay here in stillness, or let your legs flow freely. And then come back to stillness. It's another good moment to pause the video. It's such wonderful restorative pose, either with your feet up or with your feet on the ground. The longer you stay here, the more your body can benefit from these yin qualities. Then bring your knees towards your chest. And without any effort, without pushing or trying hard, just allow your knees to drop. Drop towards your chest. With the next exhale, bring your feet to the ground. Slide the bolster away. And get ready for Shavasana. First, letting your right knee drop to the ground. Release. Then left knee. Release. Repeat a few times. Release. Drop, release. And get ready for Shavasana. This can be perfect time to make yourself warm and cozy. Put on your socks, cover yourself with blanket. What we did before, keeping the heavy object on your lower belly, that can also support your nervous system in receiving restorative benefits of the pose. Just come to my cat to stroke him a little bit. Remember that any form of touch we can receive these days, either is touching an animal, touching a loved one, or touching yourself, is something we really need. So don't resist touch. Seek touch. Remembering that the touch can come from yourself as well. Touch can come from a warm blanket, from anything that gives you comfort. So arriving into Shavasana, arrive into position that feels like a loving hug. I will stay here with you. But if that feels intimidating, make sure that it's okay to turn off the video and stay in Shavasana alone. If you find it difficult to stay in silence, choose your favorite music and put it on now. Shavasana is time for you, time for rest and full relaxation. If you hear some noises, it's my cat destroying things around. And it's a beautiful practice as well. How to stay in calm when everything around is out of control. And for the next couple of minutes, there is nothing more important to do but to stay present, present with your breath, present with connection with the ground, allowing the earth to hold you lovingly. And if the thoughts and feelings are arising, and they will, welcome them, and then let them go, without attaching. May the sound of the Tibetan bowl help you arrive into peace with your body and mind. Inhale deep. Welcome nourishment and health in each cell of your body. Exhale slow, releasing unnecessary heaviness and toxins. Inhale deep. Welcome nourishment and health to each and every cell of your body. Exhale slow, releasing unnecessary tension, letting go of unnecessary heaviness. Inhale nourishment. Exhale release. And if you need to stay here for longer, please pause this video, staying in Shavasana for as long as you may feel is right for you today. And when you are ready to come back to your day, with the sound of the Tibetan bowl feel invited to start bringing gentle movements to your fingers and toes, stretching a little bit. Whenever you are ready, let's meet back in sitting, joining the palms together. And by pressing them against each other, creating warm, loving energy, almost fire. Pause. Bring this warmth to this part of your body that struggles these days the most. You can gently massage or just stay in stillness, offering this touch that we all need these days. Maybe there is something you would like to tell yourself, something comforting, loving, like you were talking to your best friend. Then join your palms again. And this time, bring this loving, caring energy to the floor. And by bringing it to the floor of your apartment, let it spread to all the beings that may need this care the most this day. Like you are lovingly touching those who are suffering, those who are feeling lonely in isolation, and by touching the ground, receive also support. Welcome support of other beings. Welcome support of the earth. May our mind, may our words, may our heart, and may our intuition support peace, calm, and love for ourselves and for all beings on the planet. Thank you for practicing together today in these exceptional conditions, in the exceptional times. I'm sending you exceptional amount of care, support, and deepest love. And I'm going to give some food to my cat. I think he deserves it. Yeah. I will open one of the cans.